Waking up early in the morning is tough, so I'm building a device to make it easier, but also harder to ignore. It starts with a gentle sunrise, then ramps up to a loud alarm. To turn it off, you will have to solve a game or scan a QR code in the app. So let's start building. So most of the parts arrived now. First of all, the LCD display arrived right here, and then also the ESP cam and also the 3 ESPs came. I thought I bought just one, but apparently $15 gets you 3, so that's actually quite good. So I have a few spare ones for different projects. But yeah, I guess I will play around with them a bit and let's see what I can do with them. And today the LED ring also arrived. It's not that big, it's like about this size, finger like my thumb. And I think we will also play around with it a bit and see how bright it is, what it can do, and if it's big enough or whether bright enough for the Wakeup Enforcer. Over the past 1 or 2 days, I've been playing around with the ESP32 here a bit. I tried to get it working with the LCD display right here, but for some reason I just can't get my PC to flash to the ESP32. And I will now try to use my laptop and see if it might be something physical with my PC that it can detect the port. And I guess I set up everything. I followed a lot of tutorials, watched a lot of stuff, and read through a lot of forums what the problem might be, but I just can't get to it to work. So I'll try out my laptop now and see if that does any better. So by now another week has passed with me not doing much. This week was mostly focused on trying to get the ESP to program, or rather connect to my PC. The whole week I thought I had some kind of software problem with the ESP not connecting or the ESP being broken. In the end, the problem that I had was just that the cable that I was using didn't have the capability to transmit data, so they didn't have a data bus, which means that it couldn't program the ESP. The solution was just to get a wire that has this capability, and that's what I got here. Immediately this morning I plugged it in, this wire that has a data transmission capability in it. I programmed it, worked completely fine. I didn't have to set any drivers or anything else. Worked immediately out of the box. Then I connected this LCD display right here. I just said ChatGPT it should make like this kind of animation of a guy walking. Didn't turn out too good, but the LCD works, and I will now try to go through all the modules that I have. The LED ring, I will try this one next, or I will try the camera module next. I think I will do the LCD ring because it's easier, and after that I will look at the camera module, and then I will have to figure out what the next steps will be, if I will continue with just testing or if I try to go and program the whole app and the functionalities for it, because that's basically what I need to do. And now I have my two components that I haven't tested so far. So one is the ESP camera module. Just this has this little camera on here and has an ESP chip right there. So you can basically control it through ESP Now and connect it to the other one, which will be the main controller. And then we have the most important part, which is this LED ring. I will have to power this up next and see how bright it is, and if it's even powerful enough to be connected with, to be used as the wake up light if it's bright enough. If not, I have to take a look if I get some other LCD LED rings or if I put it in an actual light. But I guess we will test this out next, and let's see how it goes. So we have our LED ring right here. It's just the LED ring connected to the ESP32. So I got the LED ring working now. It's connected. If I, in a way that's not too bright, just connect it like that. 3 pins. It's really, really bright. You can see it on the video itself. If I turn off the light like this, and you can see that, I guess the thing crashed a bit. some reason it's just stopped now. I hope I didn't break it or something. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but if you take a look, it is really illuminating the whole room. And that is a good sign, because will be the light that will wake us up. So this is really good. I thought it might be not bright enough, but as you can see, it's really bright. So this will definitely be able to wake us up. So by now it's been a few days, and I've been working on the server or the ESP programming itself. As I now work together with my friend, he will be in charge of the app for the Wakeup Enforcer, and I have been working on the web server, which eventually communicates with the app, and I've been putting a focus on there. There's not too much to film there, but basically what I did is I tested how the ESP even works, because I had actually no idea how this would actually work. I just bought the ESP because I heard a lot of good stuff about it. I used it at work a few times, but I didn't really know what I was doing with the ESP. So I eventually got those. I tested out all of the parts that I have here, which you saw before. And now I played around with the hotspot. So the ESP32 has a few modes. One is the access point, AP, and the one is the stationary mode. On the access points, the ESP basically hosts the Wi-Fi by himself. You can connect to the Wi-Fi of the ESP, he creates its own, and then you can host a website over that. So if you're connected to the ESP through the Wi-Fi, then you can access the site. I wanted to use that to use it as a login or like a setup page for the ESP when it first starts up, as you have to configure the Wi-Fi, the stationary mode, which it should eventually connect to. So the ESP basically should connect to your router and then host a website over there, which you can access over your phone while you're connected to your usual Wi-Fi that you have at home, like to your router where you can access the internet from. The ESP will host a server over there, but to set up the server so the ESP can host one there, you have to go into the code usually and set the SSID and the password for your Wi-Fi. But now you somehow have to do that. If I were to give you the project, I don't want you to hard code your credentials in the code. I want you to do it like kind of dynamic over the app. I played around with this now a bit on the access point mode, but I found out that this is just a bit more too complicated. You have to first select the Wi-Fi manually. If you set it up, then you go over and have to turn off your mobile data on your phone. Then you have to go and connect to the IP address that the ESP hosts, which you also have to find first. Then you open that in the web browser, you select the Wi-Fi and scan everything. But I now found out today that there's a way easier way, or what means I found out, I got the idea that I would do it over Bluetooth, which could be done in the app that my friend creates. So you don't have to deselect your Wi-Fi, switch anything. You just open the app, select, get to the Bluetooth connect with Bluetooth to the ESP, and then set up all the credentials. So then the ESP can host the server. Then it can also send you over the IP address where the server or the web server from the ESP is hosted, which makes it a lot easier. So that's basically what I've done the past, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks of this project, where I've actually got my parts and been working on them. To be honest, it wasn't like the progress that I would hope for, but I had spent like 1 week to just figure out that I was using the wrong charging cable or the wrong cable for the ESP, so it wouldn't be recognized by my PC. Then I also at school wrote a few tests where I didn't have time to work on my project, so this also played a role in it. But I now have like a deadline for 1 month where me and my friend, he will create the app and I will work on the web server so he can start sending requests to the ESP from the mobile phone or from the app. And so we can get a prototype out there, I can connect them. And after that, I will create, if I'm not finished faster in this month, then I will create the box for the entire thing. So basically what you have right here, the picture I created with ChatGPT a while ago when I started this project. And I think that's kind of accurate to what it might look like in the end. And I kind of just need to print out the housing. Then there's also that I need to create like the PCBs, as I mentioned in the start. I want to have this project to be a learning experience for me to first of all finish an actual project again after my robotic arm, do it faster than the robotic arm, and also I wanted to get into the world of PCBs as I never built anything with them before, and it's just a cool thing to say I can design PCBs. And yeah, I guess that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.